This is Eve from the Kilcher Homestead YouTube channel. We are harvesting our root cellar crops today, most of them, the carrots, the beets, and then the cabbages. A frost is coming and it's going to be getting really cold pretty much every night for a lot of days in a row. And so it's just getting a little bit iffy whether things would be harmed or not. So we just need to get them out of the ground. It's also snowing in Anchorage, and doing this in the snow is like not fun. So we want to get this done before it snows, before it frosts too hard. Get it loaded in the root cellar where it's safe. Okay, so you guys, there's like a whole, I can mostly harvest them, but there's a whole row of like teeny tiny ones like this. Put them elsewhere. It's also nice if you put the ones that have multi-legs or are weird in any way or broken in a separate bucket. You want to take the tops off the sparrows?
This weird guy.
Really, yeah.
Yeah, see, it broke too, so that needs to go in a different
Where
bucket.
should I put him?
He's okay if he doesn't have any broken off stuff. We can try storing him. See how it goes. I've stored them before. They've been kind of okay. But if they break at all, any of those doodads, look at that one.
I'm gonna try something a little different this year with storing our carrots. Oftentimes, well, we always store our carrots in our root cellar in sawdust, and I want to try, and we wash them and then put them in sawdust. And this year, I want to try some of them washing and some of them not washing, because I want to see what happens if we leave some dirt on. And you can see here, there's also a lot of these like little roots and stuff. And when you wash them, a lot of those little roots get broken off. And so I want to try storing some in the sawdust, dirty, not washed, because I think they're probably going to keep better that way.
Yeah, these were the ones I planted in July because there was a whole row that didn't germinate. That's how big they get. But they grow. They're just tiny. Ooh, that guy. See any like this? Just toss out. They taste yucky.
Okay.
It's just easier to do it now than later. And then they sometimes end up in the bin and oh my goodness, look at that. Nice guy. Nice guy.
Or what about that one?
That is like borderline.
There you go.
Yeah, definitely not. You definitively don't put that in storage. Anything that's cracked open is just not a good plan.
There's a lot of carrots here. I don't think we have enough buckets.
Yeah, we might not. We could, oh no, I think those two sleds will fully get full of cabbages, so we can't use those. We can consolidate, because like, look at, that looks like a good one. Are you mixing them up?
That is a funny carrot.
You know that.
This is a funny carrot.
I will start piling mine up.
Here's a nice carrot.
These are kind of dirty.
Yep, sluggy and carrot.
Pulling some beets.
That's a good one. They're bigger than I thought they were going to be. I think there's a lot of small ones too, but.
So we've got all these small carrots, and some of them are split. Some of these will feed to the animals, the split ones, some of the split ones and stuff, but a lot of these Eve will wash, and she'll make another batch of sauerkraut and be using those carrots for that. They don't store as good, especially when they're split. They just go bad really quick. The small ones don't store as good. These ones, they can store okay, but in all these little kind of crotches and corners, oftentimes that's kind of where they'll start rotting when we store them for long periods of time. So it's mostly all the really nice big ones. You know, this is even like a medium size. We've got some a lot bigger than this, and it's these mediums and biggers that we store in sawdust in our root cellar. But you got to know where you're getting your sawdust from. It's got to be from a good source. We're using spruce because that's what we have local, and it's actually kind of damp spruce sawdust. Not too wet can cause rotting. Too dry, it'll sap the moisture out. It's kind of got to be a very specific type of sawdust. So, but we have a good local source for that around here. This carrot has slugs all over it, and it actually had more, oh, and an earthworm inside of it too, Look at that.
Oh yeah, look at this one.
The earthworm's okay. The slugs, we don't want those. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck.
Harvesting the very last broccoli florets. It's actually amazing. It's been frosted many times, and this broccoli is still actually growing. It's not just sitting here, it's growing, which is amazing to me. Because I came through here not long ago. Got it all, and there's more. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be our last fresh broccoli dinner, huh? And then the rest is frozen. So tiny ones, I have a pile right up there if they're real tiny, or you can pile some there. That's
Mom,
amazing.
I want to save a pile for the bunnies because they don't want to go all the way up and all the way down.
Yeah.
What you doing?
Giving some to the bunnies, some carrot tops. Got it. Hi, S'mores. Hi, cute guys. Oh, hi, baby bunny. Hi, S'mores. S'mores is the mama. Now, some to chocolate. I think I have to go in there. Maybe I can just shove it.
Yeah, you can shove it down here.
They're just sleeping over there. They don't even really care about it.
This bunny does.
Falling out. Oh, he's terrified now.
We have an indoor bunny. His name is Lala. He uses a litter box. It's actually not even a litter box. It's just a little bus tub in our bathroom down here. And it's got a screen over it so he can't track his pee or poop out, and he uses that. And that's all he uses. He is a very special bunny because he is completely potty trained. We haven't had an accident in almost a year. Look at that.
Grandma was like, you think the bunnies like them? It's like, yeah, the baby bunnies munch on them.
I'm just bringing our electric side-by-side down to the garden here. We're loading up all the carrots and beets and cabbages and bringing them back up. Definitely make things a little easier. It's kind of like our powered wheelbarrow. So this thing originally had, I got it used and it had lead acid batteries in it, which you couldn't get around very good. And then I found a kit, a company online that does a conversion kit for it. And they sold me the kit and I changed it to lithium iron phosphate batteries. And man, I can't even speak enough about how cool this thing is. We use it for everything around on the homestead, and just having like an ATV actually that's quiet, you know, whether you're like hunting or you want to cruise around or something like that, it's been sweet. But we got it for a screaming deal because the previous owner had lead acids in it. That's kind of how it came. Now you can actually, apparently you can get them with lithium ion batteries from the factory, which is pretty cool. Anyways, we're totally happy with it, and we love the fact that it's electric. You know, range wise, yeah, maybe I'm not going to take it like 100 miles out into the hills or something like that. But I have taken it hunting, and it's so nice to have something quiet, you know. It's kind of like you just charge it in the evening, fire up a generator for a few hours, charge it. You're already at camp, you're already making noise, but being able to creep around in the woods, I actually really like that. So that's pretty cool. When Eve did her sauerkraut recipe recently, a lot of people were talking about slugs, you know, and how they get rid of them in other places. Beer traps, definitely. We've tried them before, we've done it before. And we always like are halfway confused between like, are the slugs, are we bringing more to the area?
Yeah, right.
You know, or how much are being attracted out? You know, you put them around the perimeter. You don't want to, if you set them here amongst your vegetables, how many slugs are being attracted from over in the raspberries, for instance, towards your vegetables? So you set them on the perimeter, and then yes, some slugs may be leaving your vegetables, but how many also are moving back towards your garden? I don't think there's ever been a scientific study on that. If there has,
beer traps also don't work if it rains, and it's been raining nonstop all fall.
there you go. So
It's like the beer traps don't work. Sluggo doesn't work if it's raining. All the powders don't work if it's raining, and it literally, we have one sunny day every 5.
Look how angry this horse is that we're not giving her cabbage leaves.
She's gonna rip that back. Violet, Star, who are you?
That's Star.
Oh my gosh, you guys gotta look at this. This is the most gorgeous cabbage. Like, whoa, whoa.
She's so mad at us because we're not feeding her all these cabbage leaves and we're just letting them sit here. But at this point, she has eaten so much rich food today that I'm afraid she could like colic or something if she gets any more.
Does not need any more.
She just is gonna have to deal with the fact that she doesn't, you know, kids, they want to just eat candy until they get a stomach ache. This is what's happening with our horses too. Children, no more cabbage leaves for you.
Make healthy choices, Violet. I tell Finley, you need to start making healthy choices.
So like a bunch of years ago on season 1 of Alaska The Last Frontier, we were, you know, I get this new camera crew. These guys are up here filming and I'm having to do all this hard work. And growing up on the homestead on the farm, like, you know, if you're doing something heavy, lifting something heavy, doing some hard work, you're not just standing around not helping. You're helping, you know, everybody's helping each other and stuff. And these camera guys, I'd be like, hey, can you help me pick this up? And they'd be like, no, we want to figure out how you're going to do it if I wasn't here. And so I had to learn how to just like, how to do everything still with these guys watching me. And it kind of became this funny thing. They're like, they became really good friends. All the camera guys over the years became super good friends. And I was like, they're like super good friends that actually aren't that helpful though. They just stand there, you know, when you're doing the hard thing. They're helpful in the sense that they're filming a show and we're making good content and people loved it. But it was always funny. I had to readjust my mental thing to be like, just because someone's here doesn't mean they're going to help you do the hard thing, which is just kind of funny and ironic. But, you know, it was, once I got over that, I was like, okay, they want to see the struggle. How are we going to do it?
Look at that big beauty. Yay! Alrighty. Well, we still have kale got to deal with, but that's another day. Kale can freeze and freeze. Oh, we're just beginning, sweetie. We have all the carrots, beets, and cabbages from our lower garden, the one that Sparrow mostly planted, harvested. We just need to get them in the root cellar. I have a few more beets and carrots up in the high tunnel that need to get harvested, but we have. So 5 buckets of carrots, 3/4 of a bucket of beets, a lot of red cabbages and some green cabbages, like 5 of them. But I've already used a bunch of cabbages. I already made a huge batch. We've also used a bunch of carrots already. I don't know what the value of this would be. Probably not enough money for the amount of labor that goes into it, but it's priceless to me because I know this food was grown in a really good, healthy way, organically, and has the best nutrients in it. So that is worth no amount of money to me. Load her up. We might have a couple loads, huh? Oh, we can drag. You've dragged sleds with this, so maybe we can get it all. Well, besides that, it's so slippery. Whoop.
This thing actually gets around so good too. Like mind-boggling how good it does. Where am I going?
To the root cellar.
Oh yeah, going to the root cellar.
I mean, I assume we're not washing the carrots or beets, I guess.
Well, I think we should wash half of them.
Okay, well then maybe stop here.
It's a good place to stop. We're gonna wash half the carrots because we're doing science. Do you think, oh, but they'll all probably fit in one bin, huh?
All the carrots fit in one bin, yeah. But we can, I figured you were gonna make a divider.
Oh, I was gonna make a divider. That's right.
Ivan likes to make things harder and then I have to remind him.
I like to make,
takes more work.
I like to make promises too that
yeah.
sometimes I don't keep. Not like the unimportant ways. I keep the important ones.
You
but
keep
it's more
the
like
important
I've got big
ones.
ideas and then my big ideas don't always end up coming to fruition. That's more the situation.
Yeah, tonight when you start watching TV, I'm gonna be like, watch YouTube videos on chicken feeders.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
I have plenty of room to do is fill one crate with each kind of potato, and those are like, and then leave the extras out, and that's what we use. Does that make sense?
Totally makes sense.
And I usually only fill them to this far, because I mean, I don't even need this many sweet potatoes, but I'm gonna like
I made these crates back when Eve had a CSA, a commercial garden, and they have served us so good for so many years. Great little crates. Still using them. Some of them have died. Potatoes kind of do best stored dry, mostly dry and clean. And
Some people believe not cleaning, but I found cleaning, not cleaning doesn't make a difference. We've done all of the ways.
we've done all of which. So we kind of keep our potatoes dry and clean. And then our carrots, we store damp in sawdust. Beets, we also store damp in sawdust. The cabbages, we're gonna try to keep cabbages on the shelves in here.
Yeah, here, you wanna dump some purples in there? Oh.
Root cellar is tight.
It is tight.
Oh! I
Uh-oh.
just broke that.
Okay, we might have to go grab, I have another one.
I'm hard on everything.
You are hard on everything, man. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
This root cellar I built a bunch of years ago, and it is so awesome to have like a dedicated space. This is like the real deal dream root cellar of like a homestead or a farmer. I think the one thing that would make it more dreamy is if it were bigger, but Eve cut me off at this size. I call it the spud bunker because it's like a bomb shelter for potatoes. Our potatoes are safer in the event of like a natural disaster than we are. These potatoes will survive a nuclear holocaust where we will, our house may blow away.
So these carrots I didn't wash, and but they're small, so I was thinking they can be our top layer. So that'll be our last bucket of carrots to pour on the top, but they're not washed.
Okay. I mean, we can probably still use it.
Yeah, I have two more.
It's just a little bit broken.
Well, yeah, I just fill it all the way to the top usually. But whatever. Yeah, let's use it. Oh, there you go.
Some kind of divider.
Oh, do we want to do this in here or do we want to do it out there? It's kind of
Probably out
easier
there.
to maneuver out there.
So we got all these cabbages with the dirt on most of the roots still, and we're just going to put them in there like that. I think that they're going to keep super good that way, so that's pretty exciting.
Does it smell bad?
I don't know.
Let me smell. Oh, yeah, huh?
It smells a little petroleum-y.
It does. Okay.
See, if this is chainsaw cut sawdust, this to me looks like chainsaw cut sawdust.
Oh.
And that has bar oil in it.
Oh, that's no good. All right, well, maybe we shouldn't use this.
So we don't like the sawdust that we have. We just loaded some stuff in sawdust. We're taking it back out. I feel like the sawdust it didn't smell good to me. In this particular sawdust, I think we used to get sawdust that was cut by a mobile dimension sawmill, which is basically like a giant spinning blade that cuts through the wood. No lubrication is needed. I think this particular sawdust is chainsaw sawdust, which chainsaws use bar oil, and so we're not able to get our old source, and I don't like the sawdust. I felt like I smelled a little bit of bar oil mixed in with it. Unfortunately, we don't have like a good source for mobile dimension sawdust anymore. It's just regular sawdust. So I'm either going to have to fire up our bandsaw mill or our mobile dimension, and I will have to make a bunch of sawdust by making boards, or sand. I know you can keep stuff in sand too, so we might try that. Anyways, regardless, we don't get to finish this project today, which is kind of a drag. We got to source some sawdust.
Getting all the cabbages into the root cellar. cabbages in here. Green cabbages right here. And my kimchi. Green cabbage kimchi inside. Oh.
We had to take a little break from finishing our carrots because we realized that the sawdust that we had, I wasn't happy with it. I felt like it came from a chainsaw situation and there might have been petrochemicals in it, and we didn't even want to take that chance. In the past, we've gotten all of our sawdust from my local sawmill here, the one that we have, but we didn't have any sawdust, so we went with some stuff from another place and weren't happy with it. So this year we're doing something a little bit different. We're actually going to store all of our carrots and beets in sand, and we just got some new tubs that are a little bit more conducive to dragging around with sand.
That's heavy.
Heavy, super heavy. Our old bin was super chintzy and was never going to hold up to the weight of the sand. It worked for sawdust, but not sand. So anyways, we're switching to sand. I think it's going to work, and we're going to see how it goes.
Yeah. Wait. I just don't feel like we're using space efficiently.
When you're doing things with your wife, do you guys ever argue too? Or is it only me? Is it only us?
No. That's why I don't often ask for your help.
You just need to remember, I think you're right.
Oh, yeah, right.
I have other things I say sometimes, but just remember, I think you're right.
Yeah, right.
So this sand is actually washed concrete sand. So super clean. In order for sand to be used for concrete, it really can't have other stuff in it. So I feel good about it. Like, you got to be careful kind of where you get your sand from. Good sources. So I feel good about this. This is good sand.
Okay, so this is going to be our bin of dirty carrots.
Yeah.
So we'll have to remember where we
These
put
tubs
that.
really aren't that much smaller than that other one, but they're so much stronger.
Yeah,
and
that's
that's not a
at
crazy
all.
amount of weight. Like, I actually think you and I could carry that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
These small fish toast we could get from our local fishing supply store here. So
Super handy. Just in those there. That's good. That's plenty.
okay.
I feel like it's just going to be excessive otherwise.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
We did it.
we
Let's see
did
how
it.
heavy it is.
Oh God.
Okay. Maybe not.
Well, let me
listen.
try. Let me try. I
Get
just.
in the right position.
Oh no way.
Okay. I'm gonna drag it.
I think it's a injure yourself scenario. Then I can slow it.
Yeah. Not too bad.
It's definitely way heavier.
Beets, I feel like, are hardier. They're just like,
Yeah, I don't think it matters. It's really more that when I finished yesterday, I was so exhausted I didn't watch them and I decided I didn't care. That's really what happened. Oh, that's funny too.
somebody's gonna tell us why our beets are warty.
Yep,
in the
they are.
comments.
And then we get to learn from y'all.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a lot we just do. There's a lot we don't know.
Right. And the rest of these I'll just bring inside for us to eat. And these
Okay.
are stuck.
Time to drag that one inside. Don't feel like you have to pick it up.
I'm not picking it up. I'm actually really not doing anything. Oops. I'm shimmying in there.
finger. That thing's heavy.
Yeah.
Okay, one more.
Okay.
I think the sand is going to work better than the sawdust did.
Yeah, that factor makes it really hard for it to be an accurate experiment.
That's it.
That is it. Perfect.
Look at
Yay!
that.
We did it.
We did it. We got cabbages, some cabbages, potatoes.
More
Probably, and more behind me, there's probably 200 pounds of potatoes in here. Probably like 70 pounds of cabbage. Probably 60 pounds of carrots. And probably 40 pounds of beets. And a whole bunch of Costco goods as well too, because that's a reality. This is kind of like our walk-in refrigerator. That's super cool. That's a lot of food in there. Our roots run deep. We got a big Eivin hand, an Eve hand, Finley hand, Sparrow hands, 2019 with some shells. Those are from a wild boar that I shot in Hawaii. Some cool kind of shells that we got from different places. That's our root cellar. We did it.
We did it.
We did it. We got all of our carrots and beets. Eve did really all the hard work, and Sparrow, growing them, weeding them, thinning them.
Yeah, planting them.
Planting
That's
them.
what you start with.
That's what you start with. Sparrow planted a lot of that stuff.
She did.
And now it's fall. It's like cold. It's getting cold. It's freezing at night. We had to do this absolutely right now. It couldn't have lasted a couple more days, but it's done now, and we're happy.
Yeah, it always feels good.
Thank you so much for watching. And make sure to like, subscribe, share the videos too, because that helps. And as always, we didn't do it the right way. We didn't do it the wrong way. We did it the Kilcher way.